Yo, welcome back to another devlog on Rocket. Yeah, let's get into it. So today was an absolutely massive day. I started the day, started working on the game at about 12, but I woke up at about 7 to go and do some admin that took a couple of hours, or quite a few hours in the end. So it's currently 9:30, which I know for a lot of you is not very late. But yeah, for me, multiple big days in a row, so really felt like I was pumping it out. Um, and I was super keen to get Bleak into the demo and sort of start doing some playtesting with it this week. But yeah, lesson to myself, to everyone watching, everything always takes a little longer than you'd expect. So especially Bleak was actually deceptively difficult, which I didn't know that was going to be the case. But let's go over what I did today. So quite a few changes, lots of ideation, which I won't go into as much detail about, just because I kind of want to save that for future weeks. But lots of things came up that I realized, shit, I'm gonna have to rewrite this. I'm gonna have to refactor this. It's just not efficient. Quite unfortunately, quite a few things like that. So a couple of those crop up because of bugs, and couple of those crop up because it's things slow down my development time or whatever it might be. So um, the biggest change today to the game is probably adding functionality to Bleak. So you can also see that, yeah, I'm still doing that. So by default, the only thing that shows up should be the rocket. Bleak was just there for testing. And then as you go through more days, then everything kind of is slowly introduced. Um, so we can start with having a look at Bleak. So Bleak has some dialogue. Um, and then we can take us to this screen. So this screen's got a couple of things. Yeah, none of which is really working like it would have been a massive push to get this out, and I was aiming to get it done by 10 p.m., which, yeah, looking back on it, was like definitely not going to happen. So this is the boost distance. So this is how far you'll boost, and I decided to make it, instead of like a percentage, so you boost a little more every time. Instead, it's just like when you upgrade the boost distance, it upgrades to. Sorry if there's any background noise. It upgrades to the next level. So currently, the boost distance is Amethyst. Then if I click to upgrade again, which I can actually by doing this, just give myself some minerals. So if I click upgrade again, then you can see I can boost all the way up there. This one is that boosts cost money, so you'll have a discount on how much a boost is, and also when you break Corundum, it actually does damage to your fuel. So this adds resistance against that, which I thought was kind of an interesting mechanic. And I'm looking forward to kind of building off and actually fully implementing. So it's partially implemented at the moment, but yeah, I'm looking forward to fully doing it. Then obviously, like, how do you actually use the boost? So then when we click a rocket, we can actually see that there's this new launch screen. So this will only show up after Bleak. So before, it'll just be, as per usual, you just click the rocket and you go up right away. But now you click the rocket and you have this. So this, I'm actually not sure why that wasn't working. So yeah, again, definitely a very good reason that I did not do the demo today, just because I do think it's worth getting feedback as soon as possible. Yeah, you can see that just popped in. It's worth getting feedback as soon as possible, but then at the same token, you don't want to release something unfinished, because the feedback is just like, it's pointless, because it's just a bunch of shit that you probably already know. So this should really be, so I don't know, it's working in when I pull up the individual. Let me show you what it's supposed to do. So when you click launch, you actually get to choose how far you get boosted. And I can do that by dragging this, which was working just before, but I guess imagine that it is. This little thing moves up and down with this rocket here, and this is actually a slider. I'm guessing it's not working because I tried to limit it based off the level, which actually I wonder if I could just disable that for the time being, just to show you guys what's going on. And sorry if I'm a bit all over the place. Yeah, as I mentioned, definitely all tired. So yeah, here we go. So we can move it up and down, and we can see the price of the boost is actually going up as well. And I can see, okay, if I go this far, then it means I'll be able to get Kyanite, or this far I'll be able to get Topaz, or just this far I'll be able to get Amethyst. And then I also made the game like quite a bit longer to account for the fact that you can now boost. So which means that you can only beat the game by boosting, and then going from there. You can't just you can no longer get it just from starting and going from the start to the end. You now have to boost, which I think is cool. And yeah, we can drag this up and down. And so then eventually, as more minerals are added, I might add a little button. I'll just move myself. I'll add like a little button here. So if you were to drag this, then a button appears and you can click up, and then this is brought back down, and then you can see the new minerals. So you can launch even further. Because yeah, there's going to be more than 4 minerals in the final game, but I didn't want to like clutter this space because I think it makes sense to have a bit more granularity with it. Because I might not want to go all the way up here. I might want to go halfway. And if you imagine there's like 10 minerals along here, it's very hard to get that granularity. Then I also made it, I think I mentioned this before, so things like click in at a particular date. Things I do want to get done next week, yeah, as I mentioned, won't go into a massive amount of detail, but one that's been fucking pissing me the fuck off has been the mouse. I remember, like, I thought it was, onto something when I made that, but it's just so fucking annoying. It's really, really fucking annoying. So, for example, so it's pretty much, the idea is that the mouse is managed by a mouse state, and that determines if the mouse should look, a little bit bigger because it's hovering over something, or it should look disabled because you can't afford something. Like, it should do that here. Nope, it doesn't do it here. But there'll be like a little X through it. Or it might also be the actual, like when you're hitting stuff, that changes the way the mouse looks. Or if you unlock a mineral, you can see the mouse changes, and then I hold. But there's just so many tricky things happening that are trying to change the mouse state at once, which means that oftentimes the mouse state gets confused. And I'll show you an example of that. When I pick up a mineral here, the mouse state is supposed to be in the one that can give me, like, I could hold down and dismiss this, but it's still in the mission state. And what that means is that I have to find exactly where I'm setting it to mission and change that such that I can allow it for new mineral. And it just becomes so incredibly finicky and so frustrating to work with. So massive, warning to anyone who's considering doing this in their own game, because it is really, really fucking annoying. I think that's mostly it for today. I'm sorry it's been such a long one, like quite a rant, but yeah, hopefully you got some value out of it. There's probably also other stuff that I could mention, but I'm just not remembering right now. This panel, I do have ideas for this panel. I've got actually, I don't want to show it just because, like, it's kind of spoilers. It's pretty exciting. I've mapped out some cool stuff I want to add to early game, to mid game, and to late game. I'm just deciding how much like I want to show in these devlogs, because obviously I think it's cool to show the final game. But then also another tricky part is like how much I should show in the demo, because obviously I want feedback on as much as possible, but I don't want to just give the game away for free. Speaking of, I thought it would be interesting to show the demo stats again. So I rightly thought that it was going to flatline. I didn't know it was going to be quite this low though. So it's getting about 4 plays a day. I released a video yesterday which was actually saying demo is out now, so that's why there was a little spike there. Back to 4 a day. So it's really hard to know. It doesn't quite provide the same amount of analytics as Steam in terms of like how long each individual person played for, and medium playtime and stuff like that. But yeah, it's super front loaded. So it's very, very front loaded. So I do recommend, if you are going to release a game on itch.io, to the like 3 people who are still watching at this point, one of who might make a game and put it on itch.io, definitely make sure you have a good demo to showcase for your first time going on itch.io. I think I probably could have polished it a little more and added a bit more content. There were a lot of bugs in there that I knew about and I didn't fix, which in hindsight, I probably could have prioritized just fixing those bugs. I don't know. It's like there's two sides of the coin, because on the one hand you want feedback, but on the other hand you want to kind of fix as many bugs as possible. And so then I can also pull up here. We've got some more responses on the form, which I think I showed you guys. So I've gotten 16 responses, which is great. That's absolutely massive. I think last week I had 9. I mean, it's not massive. Like, it's all relative. 16 is one of the smallest numbers. But yeah, so I had quite a few people enjoy the game, which is actually awesome. Like, considering the bare bones state it's in. Most people didn't finish the demo, which is a bummer. And then this fraction, okay, this fraction is increasing a bit, so staying less than 10 minutes. I'm hoping as I add more content, I can make the start a little more enticing. I think currently it's a little underbalanced where the start just goes on for a little too long. Like, you don't get any new items quickly enough. And yeah, most people finding out from YouTube from that video that I mentioned. Some people thinking it's too hard and too easy, which is ironic because since these pies even out, it does actually kind of mean that it's just right, because it kind of splits the difference. So that's good to know. The game, quality of life and bug fixing. So yeah, I maybe I shouldn't have prioritized content. Sorry, this is a massive yap fest. Like, this is the longest video by far, but whatever. And then bugs to report. So quite a few bugs that I'm going to have to look through. Yeah, for some reason, there's a particular bug, this one, where asteroids just like get deleted and then they don't drop anything. I have no idea why that's happening. That'll be fun. So next week is going to be, yeah, aiming to get League into the game, but also I am going to Tasmania next weekend. So lock-in day will unfortunately not happen. So it'll depend on what I can get done after work and uni and stuff. And then yeah, this is the feedback. So pretty happy with everything. Like, yeah, this person got soft locked, which is a bummer. Oh, that looks like an AI. Okay, whatever. I'm getting sidetracked. I've had too much coffee today. I'm too tired. This is crazy. This is taking so long. So yeah, long story short, the feedback was generally positive. Wasn't able to get as much done. Also set up GitHub desktop. Please go and play the demo, like and subscribe, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. See ya.